Good morning, everyone. It's Heather Cooper here, playing with paper crafting for my regular Monday morning live. So I just wanted to welcome everyone. Beautiful day out today. How's everyone else doing? Today we're going to be making a card like this. This is using Ice Cream Corner. I've had it for a while, but I haven't used it yet. I didn't get everything on the in the suite. I didn't get the stamp set, but I got the paper and the sprinkles, and the designer series paper and the sprinkles, and I got the punch. And it turns out that I didn't really need the stamp set unless you really like the sentiments that go along with it. The punch and the paper can let you make quite a cute card. And today I want to show you exactly how to make the ice cream cone look this way, and how to get the scoops of ice cream looking so shiny. And we're going to do that with clear embossing powder. So we're going to start that very shortly. I'll just wait for a few minutes to get more people. Hope everyone had a good weekend. The Ice Cream Corner is a suite in the January to June mini catalog. So it's still available and will be until June. This goes until June. Let's see if I got the date here somewhere. Yeah, June 30th, end of June. So you can see the paper is really cute. Lots of bright colors. This is a great one for summer. So I've kind of left it as we're getting closer to the summertime, and people are thinking more about ice cream and popsicles and things like that. So you can make a lot of really cute cards and boxes and note cards and all sorts of things with this suite. So I guess we'll get started now. Got somebody on there, so you can say hi if you want to. And then I'll know you're there ready to go. All right, so we'll start with our card base. And I've chosen Bermuda Bay. I always like Bermuda Bay for its kind of summery feel. When I use bright colors, it's a good card base. So I'm going to fold it on my score line, which is at 4 1/4. This is piece is half of a sheet of cardstock, so 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored along the 8 1/2 edge at 4 1/4. And if you go to my blog at playingwithpapercrafting.com, let's move that out of the way, then you'll find a list of all the products I used, the materials, and the measurements. Okay? Then I took the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper, and I chose 2 of the designs, one to use as a background and one to use as a little side accent here. I'll show you the other sides of the paper so you can get an idea of other designs that you have to choose from. So ice cream, fudgicles, or popsicles, whatever you like. Anyway, I'm going to add some adhesive. to these. I know I'm going to run out of my Stamp and Seal at some point today, so I've got a refill, but it's going to take me a couple of minutes to add that. I know that's going to happen. But maybe we'll get away with it, I don't know. Okay. So there's the background paper. And here's the little accent on the side. I just need a couple strips down the side for this because it is not that wide. I've got plenty of adhesive on the top with just the 2 strips. Okay, so there's our card base. So we'll just leave that alone for now. And we're going to create with our ice cream cone builder punch an ice cream cone. So this is another one of the designs in the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper. There's the other side. It's got some double and triple and single decker cones. So I'm going to use this for the ice cream cone. So I'll just put it in part way here and punch out a cone. And we'll just put that aside for now. And then what's really cool about this Designer Series paper is it has these designs, which are just like big splotches on the paper, which would make a nice background. And I'll just show you what's on the other side so you can see how great these would make for backgrounds for any cards, really. Nice, bright graphic designs. But what these are for, actually, is for making scoops of ice creams. Ice cream scoops for your ice cream cones. So when you use your punch on them, let's get rid of that one. And we'll use that for one of our scoops. And let's see, we'll use this one. So these are actually designed to be punched out for ice cream scoops. So you don't actually have to stamp them. You can just have the paper, use the paper for that. I don't know if I'll get a whole scoop out of that one. I might if I cut this part out. I like the scoops that have more than one color in them, but if you like just the solid scoops, there's lots of the solid scoops there. Okay, so I might, I don't know if it's thick enough. No, I don't think that one's going to work. I might try this one here. Oh, none of those are thick enough, I don't think. So I think I'm going to be resigned to this one here. There we go. So there's our 3 scoops of ice cream plus our cone. So now what we're going to do is put our punch away, and we're going to make our ice cream scoops shiny. So for that, I have some clear embossing powder, some Versamark ink, and my heat tool. Okay, and then I have a little strip of cardstock that's going to help me hold on to them when I do everything else. So what I've done is add a bit of adhesive on the end, and then that just makes it a little more stable. So I'm going to take one of them and just turn it over and press it onto the Versamark ink. And I want to press it everywhere to make sure I get the ink everywhere on the piece. And then I'm just going to add, oh, I need a little bit more sticky on there, and then just pick it up. Then I'm going to open up my clear embossing powder and sprinkle that all over and tap it off. And the thicker the better, really. And now if you'll just excuse the noise, I'm going to heat it. Okay, and you can see how it's beginning to turn shiny. Okay, and then we'll do the same with the other two. And the procedure here is that I'm going to give each one of these scoops 3 layers of clear embossing powder, and then that way you can really see the shine on them. 1 layer makes them look shiny, but it doesn't give that, I guess, substantial thickness and smoothness that you get with the 3 layers. It doesn't, once the heat tool is heated up, it doesn't take much to get all that done. Okay. Okay, so now we'll go back to the first one and press that again onto the Versamark. Cover it with the embossing powder and heat it. If you were really quick, as soon as it was heated, you could add some more embossing powder and then blow, use the heat tool again. I just don't like that kind of pressure. So you'll notice too that they tend to warp the more layers they get, but if we add our glue dots or adhesive in the right places, we can get them to lie flat on our cards, so that's no real problem. I like the way it brings out the variation in the colors as well when you get that shiny layer on. And our third one, getting our first the third one mixed up, but you can tell the difference in the smoothness of the two. You see I don't know if you can see the difference. See how smooth this one is and how bumpy this one is. I'll bring them a little bit closer to the camera. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some more. Yeah, I don't know if you can see them at all, but okay, going to add some more Versamark and some more embossing powder. And that smooths things out quite a bit. I'm going to do it one more time. I could probably get away with just 2 layers, but I just want to have them look thick, and that takes the 3 layers to do that. You could even keep going if you wanted to, but I think 3 is plenty. That looks good enough to eat. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Mine is strawberry, I guess, but I do like Dairy Queen with chocolate cherry sauce on it. That's chocolate and cherry sauce, I guess, both together. So that would be in a sundae rather than a cone. So this is our last coating for each one. We've got one more to go after this. I'm just keeping the heat on it until all the little dimples are smoothed out. And our last one is this, I think. Or is it this? Now I've forgotten. I'll go with this one. Yeah, this is the one, I think. Okay, so that was the biggest task of the whole card, is getting all of those covered in, oh, now that's stuck together, there we go. Okay, getting all those covered in the embossing powder, the clear embossing powder. Don't use that often enough, actually. So now we're going to assemble our card, and I'm going to use the glue dots for that. And we'll put one at the bottom and one at the top for the cone. I'm going to move that one down a little bit because I started the other one a bit too high. Make sure it's in the middle. Okay. And I'll start this one. Yeah, I'll do this one as the first layer. So I'm going to do about 4 on each one, just to make sure that we get any warping taken care of. So 1 on each of the outside scallops down here, and then 1 on each of the outside edges at the top. I want to overlap that on the cone and then press down on the edges there. And we'll put the blue in the middle, or the blue-green, I guess, in the middle. So again, 1 on each of the outside scallops and 1 on each of the outside edges at the top. I hope you can, oh yeah, I can see that the light is catching the shine on these scoops of ice cream. And last one. The other thing that I purchased was the sprinkles that go on the ice cream, because I thought that would be a nice touch to have. But before I do that, I'm going to add the sentiment, and I have been using a lot, the many messages. I just wanted to show you that if you haven't seen it yet. So this is the many messages stamp set, and you just leave it all together as a large background stamp, basically. I found it best to use the Stamparatus when you're, let me tip it so it doesn't get that ring light in it. The Stamparatus when you're using it, because if something is not completely inked up, then you can re-ink it and do it again, stamp it again and not worry about, it not being in the same position. You need about a 5" by a 6.5" piece of cardstock. And you can do any color and any, like you can emboss, you can use any color background, any color ink. And what you end up with, once you've got it inked up, is, oh, I've got, how did that, oh, I see, that was on the bottom. Okay, then you've got one die that die cuts them all, and you line it up on your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, like, right over top, and it cuts out all those sentiments at once. Of course, you can't use them all at once, but you keep a little stash of them in, make yourself a little box, or find yourself a little box to hold them, and then you have a stash of sentiments to use as you wish. I've got a couple of other extra ones from other sets in here that, I tried for other reasons. I was trying to decide if I wanted different colors or whatever. Anyway, I've got a stash in here. And this time I chose the same sentiment, but I chose it in blue and embossed in white. So I'm going to add that down the side before I put the sprinkles on. Okay, come on baby, there we go. And look at that, my Stampin' Seal lasted to the end, which I'm grateful for. And now we just got to get this on straight. It's not my forte, but especially when I'm doing it from a different angle. Okay, do you think that's straight or what? There we go. Okay, so now we're going to put on the sprinkles. this is what they look like. And I'm going to use the very handy, let's get these out of the way, the very handy take your pick tool. Like I say, this is the Swiss Army knife for crafters, paper crafters. So I'm just going to pick up a variety and place them where I want them. Oh, I don't think I got that one. Didn't get that one either. I'm going to use this. This is the paper piercing end. A little bit more useful than my fingernail for getting them clear. Seems to have some adhesive on the end there too. So those are the 4 colors. And I'll just get a couple more. It's really big for some reason. Put that one up here. And we'll do a purple one down here. Okay. Oh, I think we need a yellow one. Right there. That'll balance it off nicely. Okay. So now we're going to, once I put this away so I don't knock it to smithereens, which is something I do, we're going to take our Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm going to shake all the glue down to the end. And then I'm going to keep that pointed tool there handy. I'm going to pick up one, put down a tiny drop, and that one's way too big. And yeah, way too big. This is a full bottle of glue. So basically we just need a touch. That will dry clear though, so no worries. Anything more than a hint of glue is going to be a bit too much. So you really have to make sure that you have the glue shaken down right into the tip. So you only need to apply the just slightest bit of pressure. There we go. We only have 2 more to do. And the last one. There we go, just the slightest bit. Amazing how it smooths out there. Okay, we'll put the lid back on. And put our tool back together again. So I have a couple new classes set up for March. One on the 20th is an all-occasion card blitz. We're making 8 cards, all-occasion cards, and that's on a Saturday afternoon. And then we have a bingo afternoon on the following Saturday, on the 27th. So if you want to take a look for those events, you can sign up for those now. The deadlines for registration are this coming Sunday for the card blitz, the all occasions card blitz, and the following Sunday for the bingo afternoon. And thanks for joining me at my Monday Morning Live. Heather with Playing with Paper Crafting, signing off. Thanks. Goodbye.